Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our luxury collective class. Janie will not be here today, so it's just going to be me. And we are going to be talking specifically about how to show, to really become the expert. And that's the true way to be a luxury agent, is you have to become an expert in your market, and you all probably know that already. So the reason Janie is not here today is because she's in Las Vegas for EXPCon. So it's very, very exciting. The whole company is there, and I wish I could be there, but a lot going on here too. So we're going to be watching on live stream. All of you who are there, enjoy yourselves. And so let's just get right to our training today. So last week we started talking about specifically on how we could do goals. And for the end of the year. So we are going to pause that, and then we're going to start that again next week when Janie and I can do this together. And so, but for today, we are going to be talking about specifically what I think you should do. Don't you love when people tell you what they think you should do? Well, only if you want to become the expert in your area as the luxury agent. So luxury clients want to work with experts and advisors. As you can see from my signature page, it says Catherine Bassick, senior global real estate advisor. I am an advisor. Just like in the old days, people had stockbrokers, and stockbrokers through the internet just went by the wayside. And then you had wealth advisors. And now you just don't know anyone who says they're working with a stockbroker. Real estate, the information that people have, it used to be the agents had all the information, and the only way people could get that information was if they worked with an agent, and the agent really didn't have to know that much. They just had to have the book. For you young people, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but they had a book, and every Tuesday or whatever, they would get this book from the MLS, and then they would see what properties were available. Now all that information is available online. So you have to differentiate yourself. Why would somebody want to work with you as opposed to someone else? And so the way to do that is you have to become an expert and an advisor. So when I go to a listing presentation, I tell them in the listing meeting, if you follow my advice, I can guarantee you that you are going to get a much higher price for this home. And so as a result, I can prove it just by, if you look at my listings and sales, and people are just shocked because they can't, the other agents are shocked, and they actually tell me, how did you do that so fast? And one of the things that's so great about being with EXP, we really do have a lot of amazing technology in our toolbox. So there's no excuses. So anyway, so when you go in, you have to tell them what you think it needs to be done. Now, you probably will say you want to have some staging done, but some people don't want to have any staging. They don't want anything to do with staging, and they just want to sell the house as is. In that particular case, then you can't do anything about it. You have to do what the client wants you to do. And that's the most important thing. So, but there are things you can do. You can recommend that they get a cleaner, so at least the house is clean and feels like it's loved, and that somebody treasures this home. That's a very important thing. Now, if they say, no, I don't want to do that, and the house is empty, you should probably just get a cleaner to go in there and wash the windows and just vacuum and clean out drawers or anything else they need to do. It just looks better than having cobwebs and who knows what in the thing. So that's a really good thing, because the people who are out there wanting to buy these luxury homes, they want a home that someone else loves. You know, they don't want a home that's neglected and unloved. So think about that. Make the house look as if it is loved. be the storyteller. Tell great stories about how they lived, how they enjoyed their life there. Even if they don't live there anymore, talk about, great moments and that sort of thing. So you will definitely be able to sell the home much better if you can tell stories. Number 2, you must know the market of where you are. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do the pricing according to what has sold or what hasn't or whatever. I rarely do. I tend to price my properties higher, and then I get the money for it too. But know what every single house in that area has sold, because I guarantee you, your potential seller knows everything. And it is embarrassing. It has happened to me where I go in and the seller knows about a property that I did not know about. Now, this happened to me. I used to be very diligent about all of it. And just through being in the business for a long time, I knew everything. And I had stopped doing that when I first moved to Boston. And I went to a listing presentation, and I had not looked to see what the house right next door had sold for. And I went through all of the stuff. I showed them what they should sell it for. And my price was rather low because the house was on a train track. And we all know about functional obsolescence. Well, that's a good one. So from your days where you took your tests, folks, remember that? And so anyway, I did not know that. I wound up not getting the listing because the other agent that came in at a much higher price said that I wasn't from the area, and what can I say? Re-emphasize the fact that I didn't really know the market. And although I knew the market, I just did not knowing that house had sold for X put me at a disadvantage, and kind of gave the seller I don't know, like a reason to believe this other agent. The other agent listed it for much higher than I had suggested. They kept lowering the price, lowering the price, lowering the price. And guess what? They never sold the house. And their bottom price was what I had suggested that they listed for initially. So that's really important. Just get to know the market. Do 2 years of research. Minimum. Do 2 years of research. And as EXP agents, we have all of the things at our fingertips. On top of it, be friends with RPR. I'm on that thing all day long. MLS is great too, but RPR actually has homes that never made it to the MLS. They actually have the county records. And look at the county records. They're available to you. They're for free. Go to your town hall. And now I know with COVID, it's not that easy, but check it out. And then when you go on that listing appointment, go and see if there are any outstanding permits for that home. So then when you're on your listing appointment, you can tell the seller, by the way, here's your plot map of your property. Here's some permits that we found. And then there seems to be a discrepancy between the square footage that you are telling me than what the town has. And that's pretty typical, but let's make sure that we are not going to be hurt with these things when we're trying to sell your house. So do 2 years of market research, go to the town, look at the property, see all the backgrounds, everything else. And you're going to look great. And you are really going to show yourself as the expert. You are going to show yourself as you're going to be able to differentiate yourself between you and the other realtors that are coming in there. I guarantee you they're not doing that unless they are watching this too. So, and then you're bringing extra value to your luxury clients. With EXP, we have KV Corp. It comes with our website. But on top of that, we have the ability to do Facebook ads. Now, if you all try to do your own Facebook ads, it's very difficult now to get it on Facebook. They pretty much say no to everything. I tried it just to show. It's about the same price as you would pay for doing it yourself as opposed to doing it through KB Core. So KB Core is about $400 to $600 for agents, but we get it as part of our $85 monthly fee. So anyway, so use that Facebook ad. It's artificial intelligence. They have methods to get your ad out. For example, I try to put a Facebook ad out, and I put the description of the home in the website, the link to the website. So it said it had a wet bar. My ad was denied because it said it had a wet bar. Really? They said, oh, it was drinking, and it wasn't approved. So do yourselves a favor, spend the $35 or $50, whatever you want, and get that out there. And again, you will be amazed. And so when you're doing your open houses, you're going to get a really high quality level of people that are showing up. And I recently got a listing. So the property had been listed since July of this year. And then October 31st, the listing was expired. And so I got the listing on November 4th. And then I input it, and then I did my little Facebook ad. Well, guess what? It is under contract. So by Friday, we had multiple offers. Now, this property has been on the market. So we're talking about a $4.3 million house. And then they came, and by the way, I represented the buyer. And he came to me because they had seen my ad on Facebook. So it really does work, folks. I mean, it's so cheap and you look good. And your clients will think you are amazing because you're able to sell properties that sit there and don't sell, and then you're doing it. So there is how you can differentiate yourself from other people. So then you need to show how you are bringing extra value to your luxury clients. And of course, when I'm showing a property, I always get fresh flowers. I also make sure everything smells beautiful. And that means if I have to buy very expensive candles, I do. And it goes around the house. It's like when you're going into a gorgeous boutique store and you don't know why, but you just want to spend money because everything is just so perfect. It smells good. You want to be a part of that. You want to be connected with that. So the same thing with your listings and before the showings, make sure you have beautiful flowers. And if it's too expensive or the property's been on the market for a while and you can't keep doing fresh flowers, you can mix some fake flowers with some real flowers. You can always get orchids. They last forever and they're beautiful. And and the way to take care of orchids in your listings is when you're there, you just plop a couple of pieces of ice in there, and that will keep them nice and healthy. And when you're doing all of these things, of course, you're going to you have to get a really great photographer who can capture what you have. And then you and your photographer are going to have to be one. You have to watch what your photographer is doing, ask to look at the pictures until they get to know you. You have to really guide them in the angles that you want in the shots, because they're not mind readers. Most realtors don't tell them what to do, but you need to, and you need to be in charge. You need to figure out what's the shot that if I were going to Architectural Digest, what's that shot that's going to be on there? So you really have to study up on that and make yourself an expert on that. It's so easy. Watch YouTube. And so anyway, so make sure that you're getting like really great photography, and then use those photographs, not just for your beautiful brochures that you are going to make, again, through KB Core and other things that we have available to us. I believe we've talked about this before. If you're really serious about being a luxury agent, you should definitely join the Institute for Luxury Marketing. It is so cheap and you get great training. And they also have access to really great postcards and brochures. And if if you're just starting out and you got lucky enough to have this great new luxury listing, do the best you can. So make friends with somebody who's a printer and see if you can get them to do things. Create your own brochure, and so you don't have to pay someone else to do it, and then just get some printed out. Printing the MLS sheet and having that as a listing is just a real no-no for me. You're much better off writing it all up. Your description matters. You must think about your writing skills, and you have to do a beautiful job describing the property, and make sure that you include every little thing that would be searchable, so that you can also use that with the HTML and tags so that people can find you when you are posting that on social media. Now, if you don't have anyone, find someone who is a writer, a copywriter, send them what you have and tell them to make it pretty. And that's fine too. And when you're writing the things about the home, don't say 5-bedroom, 4 baths. That is boring. And yes, it works, but we're luxury experts and we differentiate ourselves and we bring extra value to our luxury clients. So that's just not going to work for us. So you need to start off with something like, the sellers knew this would be their dream home when they drove up and saw the beautiful, put whatever you want. And then they lived here with their 3 kids or 3 dogs or whatever it is. And they really enjoyed the neighborhood, that sort of thing. And then as their family was growing, they realized they needed more space. And then they added the addition of the guest house or guest room or bathroom. And then they lovingly updated the bathrooms because so many great things were going on. They knew that this would be their forever home. And so they did all of this as someone who they did it for themselves and not for resale. But as we know, life changes and they had to move because of a job change or, name it. Don't say divorce or death. Nobody likes that. So anyway, when you do these things, you're bringing extra value to your luxury clients, and then they're going to say, great, I would like you. I like you. I want to sign this agreement right now. And what is your fee? And so I say very point blank, my fee is 6%, and I don't deviate from that. And then they'll say, but show them. By this point, you should have convinced them that you are worth the 6%. And unless it's like just a crazy expensive home, then I suppose, maybe you could take 5.5%, and then you just need to tell them, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I really value my time. I am not a volume agent. I'm an actual advisor. I take very few listings and I give it my all. So I have to make the most amount of money for those fees because I put a lot of money into marketing. And in addition to that, I also will never give away your money. Now, any agent that comes in here and tells you, yes, they'll do it for less, and they'll just, without a bat of an eye, they're going to do it for 5% or, God forbid, 4%. Well, guess what? They're going to give your money away just as fast as they gave their own money away. I can assure you, I am going to fight for every last dollar for you, and I'm going to get it. And my track record shows that. If you don't have a track record, then you should probably bring in a partner who has a really good track record for a couple of deals. Now, I know with EXP, we do have a wonderful mentor program, and you should definitely sign up for that, take advantage of it. If you still don't have that, bring in someone from your upline, some from your organization. I am always there for people who I bring into my organization. Janie's always there for people who she brings into her organization. So I have told people who are here in Massachusetts, if you, or in California, I'm licensed in both states. I say, if you have like a big deal that you're going for, bring me in. I will not charge you a fee. I won't do, unless you want to truly partner, then it would be great. But I will be there, and I will be the muscle for you. So anyway, it is, and you just want to do that. You can't fool people. Everybody's smart. At this level, people are really, really smart, and they can smell BS a mile away. So be authentic, be human, be yourself, and get paid. Get that fee. You deserve it, my friend. You are bringing value to the marketplace. They are lucky to have you. So I want you to do a little homework. I want you to think about, and put a couple of hours into this, please. There will be a test. Write this down somewhere. How do you differentiate yourself from your competition? How can you convey your expertise? Be very specific. And then I want you to go to goal setting, because if you don't have a goal and you don't have a timeline for that goal, it's not going to happen. So think about it, an event or a milestone that you would love to achieve. I would like to get my first luxury listing by the end of this year. Whatever it is, I would like to learn how to play the piano. You have no time for that. You're a luxury real estate agent, people. So forget about that. Anyway, make sure it's realistic. Ensure that you are very specific, because guys, the specific by being very specific about your goals, you are also putting the energy out there into the universe, and you are telling the universe what it is that you want. So it's not just you working toward those goals. It is all the energy of the universe also working toward your goals. And then this is one I hate to do, but I share my goals. It's horrible, but I do it. Because then you really do have to be accountable. And I like to be a person of my word. And I like to do, if I say I'm going to do something, I really want to do it. That's why you have to make sure it is achievable and it's specific. And then you're going to share it with somebody. Maybe share it with somebody who does not like you very much. Maybe share it with somebody who you do love. But make sure they don't talk you out of it. Make sure that they don't say things like, oh, wow, you can never do that. That's crazy. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. So anyway, create a great training program and read what you know or what you think the real estate people out there are doing. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. My Tesla had a flat tire, and that's the Tesla guy outside here to change the wheels. So it's only taken them about a month, but hey, it's done. Anyway, I'm so grateful that you are here and that you've chosen to spend this half hour with me. And again, if you have any questions, please shoot me an email, a text, Facebook message, whatever you'd like. And I'm happy to help in any way. I actually love to help people. So anyway, until next time, you can go see me at partnerwithkatherine.com. You can also go to katherinebassick.com if you have any questions, or if you want to see some of my listings or how I work in luxury real estate. So we will see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and just book it on your calendar and join us on Facebook Live. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Bye.